Derick Giwner along with Matt Rose here at DRF headquarters for another exciting segment on harness racing. Harness Racing Spotlight, March 8th and 9th. We're going to look at a race from Northfield Park and a race from the Meadowlands. We're going to start at the Meadowlands. It's on Friday, March the 8th. We have the preferred handicap where I'm thinking maybe this is a two-horse race between Sutton and Trolley.
Yeah, you could kind of make that case, but considering the fact that they're post 8 and post 9, might put a little wrinkle into that. For those that have kind of followed us the last few weeks, you maybe get kind of familiar with some of these horses here. We've discussed them in the past. You see now the bumped up purse of 25 grand for this race, a preferred handicap. Sure, I mean, Trolley's just been an absolute killer, looking 4 for 4 this year. Last time we raced and we talked about him, I tried to pick off him. I came close, but he was able to score again. Clearly the one to beat despite his post 9 assignment here. Sutton is going to take a ton of play, making his second start for Team Miller. And realistically, maybe the Burke entry of In Secret and Elysium Lindy are really the only other horses to look at in this race.
Well, these horses all hooked up last time in the preferred here, the preferred handicap on February 22nd, and we're going to take a look at that replay. And it's, you know, just to give us a little hint as to maybe who's coming into form, who isn't in form. As we know, Trolley here is going to pull to the outside. He's number 6, and behind him the 5 is on their inside. That's Sutton, and he's kind of going to get to him a little bit late in the mile, but maybe he wasn't quite sharp enough off the long layoff.
Yeah, I mean, listen, that's his first start off, like you said, a long layoff, and this Sutton is just a nice horse. And you see once Trolley takes over, you see Sutton is under just the mild encouragement, you know, a very, very, very good, useful, needed effort.
And Sutton's still coming here on the end. He hasn't quite, you know, given in.
Trolley's also wrapped up, but...
and 2 AM was also in that race, I believe, along the inside, finishing third.
Yeah, 2 AM had a good inside post last start and was able to save ground and rally well. I don't know where he's exactly where he's going to come from in this race from post 6. But if he's another one in good form, if you like him, throw him on the bottom of the ticket, it'll be a good price. Listen, Sutton and Trolley, or Trolley and Sutton, are the obvious picks here. I think Sutton is going to be overbet off that. Everyone's going to have the same opinion, that kind of, you know, that the obvious opinion, oh, he's going to be even better this week, blah, 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 blah. I haven't completely given up on In Secret yet. I know he tied. We saw in that clip that he gave way rather readily, but you know what? He does have a post edge on here. Yannick is listed again. That was a tough kind of 2-move effort to secure the front before rating. And you do have a returning Elysium Lindy as part of the entry, which can't hurt for some sort of insurance off a pretty sharp qualifier. So you know what? Just looking for a little bit of value here. Sutton and Trolley, like I said, are obvious, but the In Secret should be a third choice here. If I can get 4 or 5 to 1 on that entry, I'll take a stab there.
No, I'm just not seeing it. I just don't see how In Secret is going to be capable of going with Sutton or Trolley at this point.
How about from off the pace? How about not cutting the mile and in a stalking mode?
Who, from In Secret?
Yeah.
When's the last time you saw him do that? Have you ever seen him do that?
Not recently.
You want him to do something he's never done before.
This is why I said, how about?
So if he's going to do something he's never done before, maybe I can get 20 to 1 on him.
Listen, I'm just fishing for a little bit of value here because I don't see what am I going to do? Box 7, 8 here? I mean, you know.
Well, you know what? You'll get your $10 and be happy on the exact. I'm going with Sutton over Trolley this week. He has the inside.
I just think it's too obvious. It's like, you know, and he's going to be overbet. That's why I'm just.
Listen, will he be overbet? I don't think he's going to be 3 to 5. You know, he'll be 7 to 5 maybe or something like that.
I think
that's a fair price. I'm getting the best horse in the race at 7 to 5, in my opinion. I think Sutton is the best horse if he's ready. I think he has a start under his belt now along with the qualifier, and he should be ready to go. You know, Andy Miller's going to the top. That's what he does basically all the time.
So then where does that leave In Secret? You said he never stalks. Retaking?
Well, listen, In Secret's not going to be on the lead in this spot. There's no doubt he's not going to be on the lead in this spot, but I don't see him passing horses in the stretch. Maybe I'm wrong, you know.
Okay, aside from 2 AM,
if Sutton's coming home in 27 and change, where's In Secret going?
It depends how if he gets any sort of breather, if he is on the front end, and what happens if Trolley eyeballs. What happens if Trolley eyeballs Sutton instead of eyeballing In Secret like he did last start? Does Sutton dig in, you know, more? Who knows? Anybody else you can look at in this race? So you mentioned 2 AM is sharp, but that's a tough spot.
It's really a stretch to go for anyone else in here. I thought Tag Up and Go raced well last time. Maybe he can save ground, just sit and, you know, get up for a small piece. But other than that,
listen, it's a nice nice comeback year for this horse. 19 grand already in the bank after only making 12,000 last year, 500,000 career earned, 500,000 plus career earner. But yeah, it's a big bump up in class. So we'll stick with the established ones.
Race 7 at the Meadowlands Friday, preferred handicap. I'm going to go with number 7, Sutton. Matt's going to lose some money on the one in secret.
One entry.
The one entry in secret. Maybe you'll get saved by Elysium Lindy.
Well, there's worse insurance to have, right?
Race number 8 at Northfield Park on Saturday, March the 9th, is the open handicap for fillies and mares. We're talking about this race because we have a special DRF bets offer. We're giving an extra 1% back on all wagers at Northfield Park, so it's worthwhile to look at one of these, and we have a nice field of 9 for the open filly mare handicap.
Yeah, like you mentioned, we're having a promotion, a 1% rebate. That's
and I see a little typo on the morning line there. The 9's supposed to be 20 to 1.
Oh,
so I'm
God.
not quite sure what happened with the morning line, but we had a little bit of an issue.
I have an idea what happened with your morning line, but yeah, 20 to 1 morning line. I was mentioning with promo with Northfield, if you're a regular Northfield player with DRF bets, it's just free money. I believe it can get stacked with the other promos, and you know what? Northfield, a consistent product. They handle good money, good pools. Why not get a few extra bucks back if you can? And I assume that's why we're talking about Northfield, which I don't think we ever have other than stakes races.
No, not really, but they do have a great product, and you know what? What's best about their product is very consistent. You get the same 15, 16 races every single night, the same exotics. They have some guarantees up there, so it's a good product to look at. And we have a pretty good field here, and obviously the favorite, even though the morning line's a little bit messed up on there, is
the whole morning line is a little
the whole morning
skewed.
line. Camera Lady is the morning line favorite at 5-2 with Ron Burkbarn and Ronnie Wren Jr. driving, and clearly looks good coming in from the Meadows. If you can't see those lines on here, but she's got her last 5 starts in the open handicap at Northfield. She's got 3 wins in 2 seconds, so clearly she's the one to beat.
Yeah, clearly, and she's, I guess, rightfully assigned post 8 in this 9-horse field. Obviously, Ronnie Wren's not going to win last with this horse. It's just a question of if she can clear the lead, and how hard or how wide does she get stacked into the first turn there. With that said, I'm going to look in a slightly different direction. A horse that is clearly coming into her own and. In career form right now, and that's the 6 Vow to Wow with Michigan connections, owner, trainer, and driver David Lake, who on and off has been proven very competent year in and year out at Northfield Park, even with a upgraded driver colony that they have here, he's been holding his own. This horse comes off an upset win at 6-1 against similar, except for Camera Lady, in last week's Open, a life mark in 53-3, clearly in career form. Not the worst starting post to start from, and I think with any sort of trip, you know what, she could pay a decent price yet again, listed at 4-1 on the morning line. Back-to-back wins, both at 6-1. Could we get 6-1 again? It depends how.
I think you could.
You got Aaron Merriman jumping on the 5, who he always takes a ton of money, and that horse will be gunning from the gate. And you got Ronnie Wren on the 8, the Burke horse taking money. You know what? If they don't waltz around the track, and generally they don't at Northfield, why can't the 6 be right there in this number again?
Listen, I think Camera Lady's the horse to beat. That's
clearly
the horse. I guess I kind of want to pick her on top, but I also realize that she's not unbeatable in this spot, and she's probably going to be 4-5 or less, even maybe come post time. She's going to leave. There's a couple other. I think that Aaron Merriman's going to leave with Godiva Seals.
You think? He leaves with everything.
That seems pretty obvious. So there's some speed in here to set up maybe someone from off the pace. You mentioned Vow to Wow. So I'm going to go with the other one that could be following him, and that's Tiger Sue.
I was just going to say the only other horse you could look at under those,
8-1 on the morning line. Certainly Sharp has a second in the Open here. Last time behind Vow to Wow.
Right.
If we can follow your horse, and I should be a slightly better price, maybe even.
Will be a better price, but if she didn't pass my top choice last week, and she's following again, and my top choice Vow to Wow is in career form, what makes you think Tiger Sue can overhaul that one? I don't know. You mentioned Camera Lady. The only thing that scares me is I don't know what happened in that last start at the Meadows. Waltz to the half in 58-3, and had some issues or left the course and tired. What the heck happened there? Will the change of venue help or can't hurt? Right?
I don't know. I know she's won 47 races and 89 starts, so so that's pretty good.
But you know what? The only thing that makes me nervous, aside from the post, is you jog on the front end 3 in a row at the Meadows. You come up with a clunker at 3-5, and they're changing venues like right away. Like who knows?
Well,
but I'm not taking a short price to find out how she fits in her return.
Race 8 at Northfield Park on Saturday night. We're both going to try to go against the favorite. Matt's going to go with number 6, Vow to Wow. I'm going to go with number 7, Tiger Sue, and hopefully one of us will hit a long shot. And we'll be back next week with the Blue Chip Matchmaker or the Levy. We'll talk about some Yonkers Raceway action.
Matchmaker and Levy, unbelievable. It's coming up already.
Stake season gets underway. Good luck.